Good. So what we're gonna do, we get this one ready. I'm gonna chop off this end. There might be other ways of doing this, but I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna start there. Get that off. We're gonna cut this end off. Notice how my hand is out of the way when I'm cutting. That's important. Grab these, throw them away. Let's cut this. I normally try to get rid of the very outside peel, so I make one small incision there. Then I'm going to just shell this other peel into the garbage. Beautiful. Next up, then I have this. Now it kind of depends on what you want on top of your steak. For this dinner, I'm going to just do little slivers like this. So I'm going to do a half moon technique where I'm going to just make nice little thin onions. Oops, there goes that one. So they can sit on top of the steak. This pan. Ooh. So the thing about onions, they have some beautiful volatile organic compounds which get released in the form of like some oils when you cut them, which makes you want to cry. All the fun cooking science. It's a defense mechanism that the plant has developed. So we're going to go over here. So if you're not comfortable doing this just yet, that's great. Don't worry about it. There's other ways of doing it. There are different products for different reasons. I grew up using knives in my house, so this is what I do. Could it have been different? Yes. So what we're going to do is put it in the cast iron. Why the cast iron? Because it's seasoned and it should be nice. Okay, we're going to grab these as well. We're going to throw them in. And we're going to saute them together. Over here. So when you're cooking, you have to manage a lot of different pots. You're going to want to use temperature control so you don't have them all burning at the same time. You are going to want to keep stuff going though. What temperature is this one at? 3? Probably good with 4. Grab another spring skin. Let's get out the butter. So this is the softened butter we have available. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to use about half. So we're going to turn this on to a 6. Just take roughly half, put it in there. So that was about a little over a tablespoon, and we're going to get it going. I'm going to turn on another light, BRB. Alrighty, that should help the cinematography quality of this. It is late. Should have got started sooner. This dinner was probably going to be done by somebody else, but they passed up the opportunity, so I decided to film it. And I decided to make a fun video on different elements of cooking. So we're going to get this butter down here and get this stirred up. Let's go high, because it's a smaller burner. There you go. All right, so now, if we really wanted to do some fun stuff, we'd get the grill started. Stir this. Potatoes are not done. They're coming along nicely. I'm going to turn them down. Once they're boiling at a boiling point, They do not increase in heat. We're gonna stir the gravy really good. Starting to hear that sizzle, that's a good sign. Stir the beans. So there's ways of utilizing different cooking utensils for different reasons. I'm using wood because it does not conduct heat. There is a slight downside, is that wood will absorb flavor profiles over the years, and it may or may not come completely clean. But that's kind of the art of some utensils, and it kind of gives it a secret family taste, I guess, over the years. Soap generally does an excellent job at removing lipids and flavors, so they go through the dishwasher a few times. They'll be perfectly good to use. Some people may or may not do that. Like with this cast iron right here, I have tried to avoid soap because that destroys the cast iron anyway, and I'm trying to get this patina going the way I want it to. It's taken months just to get it to the usable state I want. And now that's good. We're going to turn it down to like a 5 and give it a good shake. It's non-sticking. Good. So now stir again. We're going to try and pass off the babysitting of this to my brother while we grill. Well, could maybe do both. I'm going to turn on the grill. We're going outside to turn on the grill now. Lights. Which one's the lights? Don't know. Ah, it's on. So this is a sad looking grill. I'm gonna set you there. And turn on the propane. We're gonna turn it on high on all of them. I can hear the gas. We're gonna click the lighter. See if it actually turns on this time. It's a very old one. Is it empty? There you go. Finicky things, grills. So right now, I'm gonna do a preliminary scrub, but honestly you should do this while it's hot. I'm gonna just get off some of the big stuff. I'm gonna leave the outside and my brother's gonna take over inside. I'll be right back with the steaks. Probably. Well, no, you'll go with me. We're gonna do a lot of back and forth, okay? All right, so now we're at the stir point. So we stir this. We stir this, turn this down. Back burner can go to a 4 now because it's boiling. Maybe 3. Stir this one. This one's sizzly. Let's shake it. Good. It's not stuck. Good. Because I'm cooking multiple things at once, go to a 4. All right, this should be good for a minute. We're gonna grab the steaks, and we're gonna grab some grilly thing and a thing to plate them on. And then we're gonna go outside again. So let's grab these and I'll take you with me. See, lots of fun stuff. So cooking by yourself is a matter of timing because you don't want everything to cook or burn at the same time. So for temperature control as best you can. So we're gonna leave this here. It's still on. Good. All right, we're gonna set this one here and this one here. This one here. Okay, so I think we're basically done with dinner. It's gonna take another 10-15 minutes to get it all done. And because I was talking my ears off the whole time and doing it by myself, this is a 2-hour prep dinner. Oh my goodness. But it's gonna taste fantastic. Normally I go a little faster without the camera. I apologize, we may cut this if I had an editor. But essentially, this is what your parents go through when they're raising you, or what you go through as a single person. We're gonna go in and stir the gravy. That's not hot enough yet. As someone on a date, trying to impress somebody, there's a lot of ways that this culinary art, this science, transcends even like your modern times. Sorry, I'll show you the food. This is a thing that has been passed down generation from generation. As soon as we could gather food or start fire, this is a very unique and very human experience. All forms of life take food. Humans happen to take a lot of different foods, and we know how to mass produce it in such a way that we can feed most of the planet with relative ease. There's a few blind spots and a few sore spots, but we're getting there. And if you can watch this video, thank you for watching this video. Most of the planet is getting internet access as we speak. There's a few spots here and there that don't quite have it, but there's even newer technologies that are becoming available, which are even removing that, what's it called, roadblock, barrier to entry. There's ways that this is going to change humanity forever, because we might be taking courses together, we might be doing homework together, we might be skilling each other up differently. I see the internet as a gigantic opportunity for good, and it's an amazing experience. This is getting a little dry. It's probably fine, but I'm sauteing, so I might want to add that last tablespoon of butter. I'm going to get a new one out. Okay. I need to get butter out anyway. Oh, shoot. There's one stick. Let's see. There we go. These in here. Maintaining your supply of food. So you're using fresh old stuff versus fresh stuff. That's an important skill too. So let's get this last little bit. So I'm going to use this and just scrape it all out. Get it all out as much as possible. You could wash it at this point, but it's a butter dish. I'm going to put more butter in the butter dish. This one came out of the freezer, so it's going to take a minute. But luckily it will be soft and ready for tomorrow's cooking. Beautiful. All right, now we've got that going, that's gonna be tasty. And because this is gonna be drizzled on top of the steak, like I said, traditionally some butter is probably very handy with steaks. This other cube of butter is gonna be used in the mashed potatoes. So I'm just trying to make sure the surface area is as much on the cooking surface as possible after I give it a good stir. Because it's a nice solid pan, it's all a cooking area. I'm gonna have to increase the temperature of the gravy when I come in with the steaks, because they need to rest anyway. These are almost done too. And this is boiled and it's just staying warm. So that's good. We're gonna go outside and try the steaks now. All right. So presenting a good meal takes effort, time, and artistry. I don't know if you want to go through the effort I did today, but generally speaking, if you're not making your own marinade, there's ways of doing that as well. All right, we're good and sort of warm. I'm gonna wipe this down. So because it's a brush and there's some oils on the grill already from the previous cooking, whether it's got a little bit of caramelization or whatever, it kind of helps spread the flavor, but you don't want the flames to catch it and burn your food necessarily. You're going to want to get off the excess old, there's a word for it. Well, I'm going to call it crispiness right now. Sorry the lighting's not better. It's late. And this is just how it goes at my house. We eat late. Because I want a temperature control, we're going to go to a medium there. We're going to pull this open. Lay the steaks down. We're going to go like this. One. Two. We're going to go three. And we're going to go 4. And then there is a little bit of juice we could use for basting. I'm going to just drizzle it over the one side so it gets a little extra flavor. Whoops, a little there. Like a marinade or a barbecue. It's going to probably be turned over and burn off, but I don't want to waste my efforts. So we're going to do that. I'm going to leave the camera here while I wash my hands and throw this away. BRB. Well, fuck it. Yep, be right back. Enjoy the sensual sounds of sizzling. Hello again, it's me. While I was in there, I put some dishes in the dishwasher and stirred a few thingies. Hope you don't mind. Nice breather. Could potentially do an ad right there. I don't know. There's like a few different ads you could run. I know some chefs do a master class. I know there's a curiosity. That's a fun educational thing that we could talk about. Or I could just reference other YouTube channels and stuff I've enjoyed learning from. I could probably plug a culinary school here that's either local or online. State food safety in the United States, at least, is a great place to go to learn about foodborne illness and what you need to do to take any culinary career, generally speaking, out in the job market. It will cover the basics. It'll be great. Definitely one of the things they're going to talk about is what temperature your meat needs to get to be food safe to eat. Generally speaking, because of the way different organisms work, they either die through cold or hot. Especially when it comes to foodborne illnesses like bacteria and viruses and a whole other mess of things. Like I'm hoping you don't have any parasites, but anyhow, there's a lot of nuance to food. So to make yourself and your food safe, a steak in particular needs to reach an internal temperature in the center of the steak to 145 degrees Fahrenheit is officially where they're at because of the way it's made and processed, and they try and keep it all sanitary and clean. In general, though, if you really want to be safe, 165 for like things like pork and chicken. I'm just watching the steam waft in the kitchen, making sure I'm going to stir the gravy. We're going to look at this really quick. Sounds sizzly. It's probably good to turn up a little bit. We're going to just go back to high because I'm not sure if the propane's running out or not. All right, we're going to take you inside this time. So, lots of things to manage while you're cooking, especially by yourself. In a professional kitchen, you'd have assistants with managing different aspects of this. Generally, they'll divide the work up so that not one person is in charge of the whole kitchen. If there is only one person in charge of the kitchen like this, it's generally a more famous chef doing a private dinner for his family or some private guests. So we're going to just stir this so it doesn't stick. It shouldn't stick, it's well oiled. Good. So, as you may or may not have heard, I mentioned lipids. So fats in particular are a lipid. They have a fairly low melting point, and they have a very interesting flavor profile that the tongue generally likes, which is why you find a lot of different fats. If you want to get into the specifics of which butter is healthier versus margarine, that's a different discussion. We're going to do this one more time. Good. So one way to tell if they're done is you're going to get a fork with some tines on it, and you're going to stab a potato. If it goes in and falls off like that, they're done. So what we're going to do is turn this off. Lots of fun that's going to happen. We're going to grab some milk. It doesn't matter which. We're going to grab our butter. Here you go. Milk and butter. We're going to grab some hot pads. I think I've had these hot pads since I was a child. Pillsbury Doughboy, don't laugh. So we're going to go over here. Food is delicious. That's half my problem. The other half is I have two cooped up inside. I'll get to the gym shortly. I'm going to need it because this is like a very rich, fun, tasty thing to do. Feed your family. All right, so we've got that down. So while the pan is still hot, we're going to get the butter in. I'm using a whole cube. You may or may not need a whole cube. kind of depends on personal preference. But volume to potatoes to, I'm just kind of winging it. That's what my family's done their whole life, so we're gonna do it that way. Beautiful. Now we're gonna take this to right here. One more of these. All right. I think because I'm going to use up some time, maybe not. Oh, I might find it someday. This is a very traditional masher machine. There's other ways of doing it, but because I need just a drizzle of milk, that might be too much. Salt and pepper. Salt. About 3 passes. Pepper, nice good shakes. Good amounts of pepper. I don't know if you can see it. Lovely. And then just mash. So you're going to press firmly. The potatoes are going to separate like that. And we're going to do that to all the potatoes so we have a nice consistency going. I would almost use an electric mixer, but I'm stalling for time and showing you some different skills if you don't have an electric mixer. An electric hand mixer might get a different consistency and different flavor. Well, not flavor, but definitely a different texture. So what we're going to do now is get that butter mashed. Get the butter, get the butter. We could go a little more milk. Maybe a little more pepper. So that's potatoes done. Good? Very good. All right, turn the heat off. Good, good. Set it back over here. Turn this over to here, throw this in here. Put the milk away, put this away. Dishes. Serving spoon. Go a different one, but we're going to go with this one. We're starting to get that caramelization going on these onions. That's great. Because I don't have the steak inside just yet, I have the time temperature control stuff. I'll leave it at that temperature for now. Okay, these are good. Let's get out a different spoon for this one. All right, steaks time. So we're 2 out of 5 done. We need to flip the steaks now. Oh yeah, that's good. Could have went this way just a little. Alrighty. Well, that'll take a few more minutes, and then we'll plate them and take them in. So while we're thinking about this, I'm gonna sit out here. Well, I guess I need the light. We'll just chill. Wrong way. I'll learn the lighting techniques soon. So hopefully you're gonna have a fantastic dinner with your family. Better. And you can use, there's premixes available for a reason. They make amazing flavors, and you can have your own personal favorites. I did something random and a little bit wild today because I know approximately what the flavor profiles are. I have a lot of experience doing this. It may or may not turn out perfectly every time because I have an idea in my mind and I'm cooking it as quick as I can and getting it to my family. If it's probably, it smells glorious, so I'm not worried, but oh God, it smells great. I can rest a little bit. So it is a workout in the kitchen. Some people spend all day in a kitchen. It's hot, it's sweaty, it needs good ventilation. You gotta have good standing shoes. Do not wear sandals. You're gonna want something non-slip because in professional kitchens, you may or may not have spills and or other people in your workspace. This is a very sanitary, very, this is my workspace. This is my personal area. So I can manage it how I want to. In a professional kitchen, you're gonna have things that need to go out at a certain time. Fast food is a lot quicker than 2 hours and 4 minutes so far. Even when it's like sit down food, they want a turnaround time of get in, sit down, get eaten, and roughly get out within an hour and 10 minutes tops. So that's like sit down, order, eat, and leave in an hour. This is me spending 2 to do everything myself on camera and while I'm explaining it. And it's good once in a while to do this sort of an exercise because you realize the time and energy that your family has put in to growing you up this far. It's a very sacred thing to do once in a while to measure the commitment that has been put in by you, your family, and society at large to get us this far. I have great hopes for humanity in general, and honestly, it's been a wonderful experience. I'm glad that technology such as the internet and cell phones are breaking down social barriers. It is giving you different access and different skills than I had growing up. And I'm glad I can pass along some of them as I go because people need to learn how to cook. They need to know knife handling skills. They need to know safety. I'm not wearing a glove now. I'm not bleeding everywhere. Technically speaking, if I was in a professional kitchen, you'd probably be gloved the whole time anyway. And that's for sanitation. And there's a strong emphasis on keeping your workspace clean. Even like, so I was the kid who took like all the electives in high school. So I have skills certificates in law enforcement, in wood shop, in web page design. And it doesn't really matter, but in specifically in wood shop, if you don't keep your wood shop clean, that creates problems. If you don't keep your kitchen clean, it creates problems. So when you're not keeping your area, yourself even, like hygiene, you just have to maintain yourself. There is a level of self-discipline and self-respect which is gained doing stuff like this. And admiring the strength and fortitude it took to present something as easy as toast with bread and butter. That's a fantastic thing. Like throw a fried egg on it. It's quicker. There's ways to get a nutrition that's quicker than this. This is a fine dining experience that I'm presenting to my family because this is what my mother wanted. So this is what we're doing. And I'm glad I got the opportunity to share it with you. I'm going to turn this off now because you don't need to hear me talking, but I might do another clip after this, giving some tasting notes. I'll probably take a picture and do a screenshot of how I plated it. Well, I could keep going. Damn. Plating is another technique if you're presenting it to a restaurant that you're going to want to know. I don't think I'm going to do that because my family wants to come out of their rooms today. So it's been an enjoyable experience, and thank you for being with me. If you were here the whole time, please type something like bon appetit or thank you for the meal. I forgot how to say that in Japanese. It just blew my head. But thank you for being here and learning with me today. It's been a privilege and a blessing to have you along for the ride. And I hope you cook fantastic meals with your family all the time. Thanks.